felt cold and changed, it doesn't remember yesterday. So we the new I feed a line on the center, balance established. Offside rhythm, thoughts reduced to mechanics. Emotions steps aside, function takes control. No crowd, no excuses. No noise to hide behind. Every lip belongs to me. No crowd, no excuses. Progress speaks quietly, but it's back and forward patient, shots my direction. Muscle follows a command. Not a goal, seeks return to start. Is deliberate. Hail magistrate, exhale steady. Heart rate rises, focus remains. Level, 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 yeah. Elbows track straight, spine remains tall. Course these braces is architecture built to carry load without collapse. Everyday slightly stands, narrows a fraction. Efficiency increases up the decimal changes. No crowd, no excuses. No shortcuts available. What fails immediately. No crowd, no excuses. Only execution survive. Plate, evidence, silence, with the lens honest, be errors feel heavy in mouths. With distance and shotgun, same tempo, same path. Proceed, test, dissolve, suggest compromise. I respond to structure with breath, with gazettes through scene negotiation. Nets, let past time pass, muscles are doubt and cue. Movement stays predictable because repetition taught it again and again. And if it's my focus in, so I play it in. No rush, no hesitation, only clarity. No crowd, no excuses. Work done unsafe. Straight burn, privately, last publicly. No crowd, no excuses. Consistency, contact. Force increases, control remains, aggression stays internal. For ripping the waste, the energy flows clean through perpetual. The hands grip, release, this breath expands again. The waste is clearly out through vibration and strength. Every thought magnified, so attention narrows. Nothing escapes review. Gravity's impartial, steel has no opinion. Only alignment decides whether progress continues or correction occurs. Stopping is easy, continuing is chosen. Results, recognize commitment, not confirmed. No crowd, no excuses. But done correctly, what survives fatigue earns permanence. No crowd, no excuses. Built to arms feel heavy, breathing deep into the rhythm survives. Read the path this moment, longing hell, hunger exhale. System stabilizes despite strain. The stakes cost more now. So precision gobbles idle taste numbers. I protect execution. Duplation matters only if it's correct. Sweat darkens the floor, metal stays in chains. The room absorbs effort without response. It remembers consistency, not intention. Once it remains, set as a change. Once it confirmed, ramble line on the address. Only one. No cloud, no excuses. Work done correctly, what survives fatigue. I stand as this. No crowd, no excuses. no excuses. No crowd, no excuses. No crowd, no excuses. Built to last.
Base is secure, wrist aligned, spine stacked. Breathe slow and deliberate. I am not here to impress, I am here to execute. First movement, wakes dormant circuits. Tension spreads with precision. Muscle fibers accept direction. The body remember patterns, learn through repetition, not through motivation. External sound dissolves, distance compresses. Grip to steel, feet to ground. Attention sharpens, everything else becomes irrelevant.
Still under load, I stay composed. Pressure does not rush me, it organizes me. Still under load, no wasted motion, only repeatable control.
Yeah. Early sets carry no applause, yet they decide endurance angles monitor. Tempo disciplined, each repetition placed with long-term intent. Inhale measured, exhale anchor, heart rate rises, mind remains flat. Raw strength invites zero, I deny shortcuts. Structure governs output, power travels clean from ground through frame without leakage. If alignment breaks, I stop. If rhythm falters, I reset. Progress is only valid when standards survive.
Still under load, no audience required. The work records itself, inside adaptation. Still under load, consistency outweighs intensity.
Sets layer without emotion. Fatigue negotiates compromise. I refuse conversation. Respond with mechanics, one clean repetition. Placed again. Grip pressure, balance, core engaged. Foot contact stable, but synchronized. The system holds and demand escalates. The low speaks honestly through vibration and resistance. I listen through sensation, adjust leverage, reduce success. Continue forward, this is where ego suggests haste. I decline, this is where exit appears. I remain complete and require just presence, not the step.
Still under load, pressure reveals habits, habits determine outcome. Outcome reflects discipline, still under load. Calm survives escalation.
Beyond discomfort, movement simplifies. Thought dissolves, execution persists. This is not aggression, this is efficiency. Stable, align, repeat. Additional weight, introduce standards unchanged. The heavier it becomes, the quieter I get. The precision sharpens, tolerance expands.
Still has no memory, no expectation. It responds only to force applied now. Emotion adds nothing, structure decides everything.
No mirror dialogue, no comparison. Only task execution against resistance in real time.
Still under load, failure instructs, success confirms. Neither alters pace, still under load. Method remains intact.
Grip test honesty, breath test patience, posture test discipline. This is the edge where habits surface unmasked. Rack the last step back, restore breathing, return immediately without ceremony. Misreps become information, not emotion. Angles reviewed entirely, time and adjusted. Nothing wasted, anything integrated. This room removes excess, only necessity remains sweat. Documents true silence enforces clarity. Nothing artificial shakes, stabilize. If it burns, breathe deeper. If it slows, maintain path. If it's heavy, coming fully.
Still under load, pressure builds capacity. Capacity builds reliability. Reliability builds calm. Still under load, I never wait clean on that escalation.
Initial load confirms gravity. Weight answers honestly. No deception, no exaggeration. Hands close, knuckles tighten. The body recognizes purpose and accepts instruction. Peripheral noise fades out. Time compresses in a second. Every sense narrows forward. Grip stands, breathe. There is no external audience. Only internal accuracy. No countdown left. I move on signal alone. Pressure doesn't break me. It organizes me. No countdown left. No delay. No excuse. Action starts immediately. Early repetition repetitions that the law form dictate. Permission, each movement is the next, nothing gifted, nothing forced. Consistency, rest the contract. Inhale through control, exhale through resistance. Heart rate climbs steadily, mind stays flat and clear. Power without structure collapses, so I build inside the frame. Angles correct themselves through awareness. Force travels clean, no leaks, no panic. Balance fails, I stop. If rhythm breaks, I reset. Progress only counts when standards survive fatigue.
No countdown left, only execution remains. Every rep identical in intent. No shortcuts permitted, no countdown left. This is sustained control.
Sense that quietly. Fatigue whisper suggestions. I don't negotiate, I respond with mechanics. One repetition, place standing up, the feet grounded. Core brace, grip even. Resynchronize, the system holds steady on the growing demand. The low communicates clearly through tension and vibration. I listen through sensation. Adjust leverage, correct trajectory. Proceed forward. This is where ego asks for speed, I deny it. This is where quitting feels reasonable. I remain completion requires discipline, not emotion.
No count left.
Pressure sharpens behavior, behavior defines outcome. Outcome reflects preparation, no countdown left, isolation. Beyond discomfort, movement simplifies, thought dissolves, execution continues. This is not aggression, this is efficiency. Stable, align, repeat. Additional weight added, standards unchanged. The heavier it becomes, the quieter it gets. Precision sharpens, tolerance expands. Still holds no memory, no expectation. It reacts only to force applied now. Emotion adds nothing, structure decides everything. No mirror dialogue, no comparison. Only task execution against resistance in real time.
No countdown left, failure teaches success. Confirms neither alters pace. No countdown left, nothing remains intact. Grip test, thanks plus
Beyond discomfort, movement simplifies, thought dissolves, execution continues. This is not aggression, this is efficiency. Stable, aligned. Additional weight added, standards unchanged. But heavier it becomes, the quieter I get. Precision sharpens, tolerance expands. Still holds no memory, no expectation. It reacts only to force applied now. Emotion adds nothing, structure decides everything. No mirror dialogue, no comparison. Only task execution against resistance in real time.
No countdown left, failure teaches success. Confirms neither alters pace. No countdown left, method remains intact. Grip test, patience.
This your test, discipline. This is the edge where habits surface unmasked. Rack the load, step back, restore, breathe, then return immediately. No ceremony required. Misreps become information, not frustration. I honor you internally, time recalibrated. Nothing wasted, everything integrated. The space removes excess, only necessity remains. Sweat documents truth, silence enforces clarity. Nothing artificial survives.
If it shakes, stabilize. If it burns, breathe deeper. If it slows, maintain path. If it's heavy, commit full.
No announcement, no signal flare. I step into the room already focused. Walls don't care who I was yesterday. The floor waits without judgment. Breath steady, mind neutral. This is not hype, this is align me. Joints still go slowly, deliberately. Tension wakes up layer by layer. Heat spreads like a controlled fire. Nothing wasted, nothing rushed. Operation is part of the work is already started. The first weight's weeks on a spring. Cold metal, real resistance, hands grab, grip confirms intent. Low shortcuts in the beginning, foundations decide everything layer. So I move with respect. The peripheral noise fades out, time compresses into motion. Breath sinks with control. Muscle answers command. There is no audience here, only execution. Built under low, not under praise. Pressure shapes my structure, not emotion, not noise. Built under low, every repetition counts. Every second built reliability. Listens to find the standard, form wrecks the bullbuck. Every rep earns the next. Nothing is given freely. Consistency replaces motivation. This is where progress lives. Inhale, boom, discipline. Exhale, through resistance. All break causes must stay flat. No make, no drama. Only rhythm and control. Raw power collapses like the structure. So I reinforce the frame. Angels close back, deep mid-motion power. more shovels. Clean in the red, no leaks, no wasted energy. If alignment breaks, I reset. If rhythm slips, I slow. Progress only counts when standards survive fatigue. Built under load, repetition by repetition. No shortcuts allowed, no form sacrifice. Built under load, matching over impulse. Sits accumulate quietly. Fatigue begins to negotiate. I don't respond emotionally, I respond mechanically. One breath placed on repeat, then another, then another. Feet grounded, evenly, core locked, spine neutral, grip secure, breath measure heavy, dog, full that the board's stable. The system moves, even as demand increases. The load communicates through tension. My curve adjustments answer back. Leverage refined on the fly. Posture corrected, instinct played. This is a conversation, not a confrontation. This is where eagle wants me and deny. The system quitting feels logical. My continued patient requires discipline, not excitement. Built under load, pressure organizes behavior. Heavy legally finds outcome. Reflex preparation. Built under load, survives escalation. Beyond discomfort, simplicity emerges. Movement becomes automatic. Pop the songs into execution. There is no struggle here. I'm only sustained efficiency. This is control under stress. Stable, aligned, rapid. Additional weight added, standards remain unchanged. The heavier it becomes, the quieter my cat. Precision sharpens further, tolerance expands naturally. Active feel, have no memory, no sympathy, no bias. It reacts only to force applied. Now, emotion adds nothing, structure decides everything. No river conversation, no comparisons of others, only task execution against resistance. In real time, built under law. Now your teachers without mercy. Success confirms without celebration. Neither takes its pace. Built under law, that remains intact. Breathless honesty, breath test patience.
Pressure never lies. It reveals what's built inside. Every rep writes a story, every second tells the truth. Pressure never lies. No excuse survives the load.
Early fatigue whispers warnings. I listen but I don't obey. Form remains non-negotiable. Standards stay absolute. Progress respects discipline, not emotion, not volume alone. Inhale to control, exhale to resistance. Heart rate climbs steadily, mind stays level. No panic enters the system. Strength without structure collapses. So I reinforce every angle. Hips track clean, core lock. Force travels without leakage. Efficiency beats aggression every time. If balance slips, I correct. If tempo breaks, I slow. The goal is not survival, the goal is precision, even under strain.
Pressure never lies. It measures preparation, not desire, not motivation, only execution. Pressure never lies,
And I answer honestly. Set after set accumulates, fatigue negotiates harder. I don't negotiate back, I operate by rule. One clean rep at a time until the set is done. Done, 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 done. Feet grounded, evenly grip secure. Shoulders packed, but steady under demand. Every component reports ready, the system holds. Even as stress increases, the low community
tension and vibration, micro adjustments respond instantly. This is not conflict, this is cooperation between intent and mass. This is where shortcuts tempt, I refuse. This is where quitting feels logical. Like continuing, results belong to those who finish clean.
Pressure never lies. It exposes habits instantly. Chaos punishes sloppiness. Structure survives everything. Pressure never lies.
So I stay structured. Beyond discomfort, calm emerges, movement simplifies, thought dissolves in the repetition. There is no struggle now, only sustained output. Controlled and repeatable, stable, align, execute, repeat. Additional plates slide on quietly, standards do not change. The heavier it gets, the quieter I become. Focus sharpens automatically, noise has no place here. Steel doesn't remember yesterday, it doesn't care about tomorrow.
It only reacts to what I apply now. Emotion has nothing. Structure decides everything. No mirror conversation, no comparison to others. Only measurable action against real resistance in real time.
Pressure never lies.
Failure teaches immediately. Success confirms silently. Neither changes the method. Pressure never lies. And I stay consistent.
Grip burns, lungs demand air, posture demands discipline. This is the edge where habits are exposed. No
Pressure never, no.
every cue internalized, nothing dramatic, just readiness.
Weight never lies. It exposes the truth instantly. No story survives resistance. No hope carries the load. Weight never lies. So I stay honest.
The first reps are calm, not easy but stable. Tempo control precisely. Every path intentional, I don't chase exhaustion, I chase consistency. Inhale under control, exhale through effort. Heart rate rises, clean. Mind stays anchored. Form is non-negotiable. Angles reinforced constantly. Core tight, spine neutral. Force moves efficiently, strength without structure. It's just noise. If alignment drifts correct, if rhythm breaks slow, the set does not own me, I own the set.
Weight never lies. It records every mistake. It rewards preparation and punishes neglect. Weight never lies. I adjust immediately.
Set stack without emotion. Fatigue arrives on schedule. I acknowledge it, but do not respond to it. Output stays clean, repetition stays precise. Feet grounded evenly, grip unchanged. Breathing locked in the pattern. No wasted motion. The system holds.
The bond communicates through tension, through vibration and balance. Micro corrections answer instantly. This is not a fight, this is calibration between force and control. This is where ego appears, I dismiss it. This is where quitting feels logical, I proceed anyway. Progress respects standards, not emotion.
Weight never lies. It reflects habits precisely. Chaos breaks under pressure. Structure remains intact. Weight never lies. And structure survives.
Discomfort fades in the background, movement simplifies, no commentary, no analysis, only execution repeated accurately. Set, breath, execute, repeat. Additional plates slide on quietly, nothing changes internally. Standards remain fixed, the heavier it gets, the calmer I become. Still remembers nothing, it doesn't care about yesterday or promise tomorrow. It only responds to applied force right now.
No mirror validation, no comparison to others. Only measurable output against real resistance.
Weight never lies. It teaches immediately. Success stays silent. Failure speaks clearly. Weight never lies.
And I listen.
Weight never lies. And I listen.
Grip
Grip burns steadily, lungs request more air. Posture demands discipline. This is the edge where habits are exposed. No disguise survives here. Rack the weight deliberately. Step back without rush, brace slows gradually. No celebration required. Misreps become data, not frustration. Angles corrected internally. Timing recalibrated. Nothing wasted, everything applied.
This room strips excess away, only necessity remains. Sweat, records reality, silence. Silence.
Aggression, hands lock in position. Grip confirms commitment. The bar doesn't resist yet. It measures intent quietly. I lift without proving anything, just confirming control. Breathing arrows into rhythm. Peripheral noise dissolves. The world compresses in a leverage and balance. Nothing else qualifies for attention. No signal, all power, no shouting, all output. Strength doesn't need witnesses, it only needs direction. No signal, all power, pressure turns potential in effect. Reps that clean and even, no wasted sway. Muscles respond predictably because they were trained and not explosive yet, just unbreakably consistent. In through the nose, out through tension. Heart rate rises with discipline, not panic. Elbows track correctly, spine holds its line. Feet stay rooted evenly. This is architecture built to support force without collapse. If alignment drifts correct, the speed drops, stabilize. Nothing emotional here, only adjustments. No signal, all power, no noise, no display. What survives load is what remains useful. No signal, all power, function beats appearance every time. Play slide on without ceremony. The weight feels different now. Not heavy or emotionally, just more demanding mechanically. I respond by simplifying, less thought, more execution. Fatigue, ask questions, I answer with posture. It suggests shortcuts, I reject them calmly. Negotiation is not an option. Movement turns automatic, reps arrive on schedule. Pain becomes background noise, not ignored, just to prioritize. The task remains clean. Lift clean, repeat accurately. This is where form gets tested, where habits show themselves. I slow nothing down, I clean everything up. No signal, all power, structure over emotion. What's built correctly carries load immediately. No signal, all power, consistency outlasts intensity. Grip tightens unconsciously, breathing sharpens, muscles flood with heat, but timing stays exact. It's a controlled violence directed inwards. A completely rather steady stance, reset again. Now the weight speaks clearly through vibration and pressure. Micro errors amplify instantly, so I'll eliminate them one adjustment at a time. Still doesn't care who I am or what I want today. It only recognizes force applied with precision right now. Stopping would be reasonable, continuing is intentional. Progress doesn't respect comfort, it respects standards. No signal, all power, silence builds monsters, not loud ones, reliable ones. No signal, all power, strength that shows up every time. Heart pounds steadily, vision sharpens strangely. The body adapts mid-task because it has before. The sit before it's rehearsed. Inhale holds longer, exhale empties deeper. The nervous system stays calm despite the load. Mistakes are more expensive now, so attention and prayers.
Feet plant evenly into the floor. Weight feels familiar. Not light, not heavy, just honest. Breath tightens in a pattern. External sound dissolves. Focus sharpens to a single point. This is where mistakes disappear.
Built under pressure.
Not overnight, not loudly. Strength grows quietly. when no one claps.
Built under pressure.
Repeated effort becomes identity. Reps fall into cadence, movement smooth, uninterrupted. Each return to start is controlled, no momentum borrowed, only effort earned. Inhale steady, exhale controlled. Heart rate climbs, mind stays flat, spine stays tall. Elbows track true, shoulders remain stacked. This is engineering, muscle follows design. Not impulse, not impulse. Light shift in stance, grip tightens 1 degree. Efficiency increases, nothing dramatic changes.
Built under pressure. Patience over pride. What survives repetition becomes permanent. Built under pressure. Durability beats display.
Plates at it without comment. The bar now demands clarity. Errors feel heavier instantly, so why simplify everything? Same path, same tempo. Fatigue whispers first, suggest compromise. I answer with posture, with breath, with standards. Negotiation ends quickly. Body warms fully now. Sweat marks progress. Muscles respond predictably because they've been here again and again under similar demands. This is the threshold where shortcuts appear. I slow nothing down, I clean everything up.
Built under pressure. Structure over emotion when conditions get heavy. Form becomes truth. Built under pressure. Correct effort compounds. Built under pressure.
Reps drive upward intent. Descent remains controlled. Force applied precisely. No wasted movement. Aggression stays internal. Directed, contained. Set ends, breath recovers. Grip resets again. The weight now speaks clearly. Through vibration and strain, every flaw magnifies, so discipline sharpens attention. Arrows further, nothing slips. Steel doesn't negotiate, gravity doesn't care. Only alignment decides whether I move forward or get corrected. Stopping will be easy, continuing is intentional. Progress respects commitment, not comfort.
Built under pressure. Quiet repetition. Strength that shows up when motivation disappears. Built under pressure. Work done when no one watches. Built under pressure. Reps feel dense, arms feel full. Breathing deepens, but rhythm survives. The system adapts as trained.
Long inhale, longer exhale, nervous system stays calm. Despite load, mistakes cost more now, so focus doubles. I don't chase records, I protect execution, completion matters. Only if it's clean. Sweat darkens the ground. Metal stays cold, the room absorbs effort. Without reaction, it remembers consistency. Not excuses.
Built under pressure. Built under pressure.
Steel feels neutral, it offers no praise. Hands close with intention, grip confirms readiness. Feet settle beneath it, balance, the body listens. Thoughts reduce to function, emotion steps aside. Attention narrows, only mechanics remain.
Built in silence, forged without witnesses. Every rep carves truth in the structure. Built in silence, no echo needed. Progress records itself in slow.
Lower steady, not slow. Rise deliberate, not forced. Muscle answers command, not impulse. Return to start, reset posture. Inhale measured, exhale longer. Heart rate increases, focus stabilizes. Spine tall, rib stacked, hips drive clean. Elbows track true form is architecture. Low test is designed to design holds.
Grip tightens slightly, stance shifts a fraction. Efficiency improves, nothing visible changes. Built in silence, no shortcuts allowed. Execution is the only voice. Built in silence, consistency compounds quietly.
Plates at it without comment, weight demands honesty. Errors feel heavier, so discipline sharpens. Tempo unchanged, path identical.
Fatigue whispers suggestions to shorten, to rush. I respond with structure, with breath, with patience. Negotiation ends. Sweat marks time pass, movement becomes predictable because repetition taught it again and again. Efficiency replaces force. Force obeys control, this is where focus ends. So attention tightens, no rush, no hesitation, only clarity.
Built-in silence, discipline over motivation. When energy fades, structure remains. Built-in silence, habits carry low.
Power increases, control remains intact. Aggression stays internal, directed, not wasted. Energy flows clean through prepared channels. Set ends, grip releases, breath expands, system recalibrates. Weight speaks clearly now through vibration and strain. Every flaw magnified so precision doubles. Nothing escapes review, gravity shows no bias. Steel has no opinion, alignment decides outcome. Progress continues or correction occurs. Stopping is available, continuing is chosen. Results recognize commitment, not comfort, not comfort.
Built-in silence, work done unseen. Strength earned privately, last publicly. Built-in silence, consistency compounds.
Legs grow dense, arms feel heavy. Breathing deepens, rhythm survives. Training prepared this moment. Long inhale, longer exhale. Heart rate steadies despite strain. Mistakes cost more now, so patience increases. Numbers matter less, execution matters more. Completion only counts if form survives. Sweat darkens the floor, metal remains unchanged. The room absorbs effort without response. It remembers consistency, not attention. One set remains, standards unchanged. Posture confirmed, breathe aligned. No theatrics, only work.
Built-in silence,
What survives fatigue?
built-in silence. Built-in silence.
Cold steel meets warm hands. Grip forms without thought. Feet anchor beneath alignment. Posture locks in place. The body confirms readiness.
Before the mind speaks, noise fades from memory. Focus narrows to mechanics. Effort becomes measurable. Emotion steps aside. Pressure without noise. Progress without applause. Every rep writes truth into structure. Pressure without noise. Consistency decides what remains.
Lower steady rise, precise, no bounce, no drift. Tension stays connected from heel to hand, return complete. Reset clean, inhale through the nose, exhale through resistance. Heart rate increases, control remains intact. Spine tall, chin neutral, elbows track intention. Hips drop with patience, form becomes language. Load listens and responds. At the center beat adjusts, a degree refines. Efficiency sharpens, invisible to others, obvious to progress.
Pressure without noise. No shortcuts accepted. Execution speaks alone. Pressure without noise. Habits compound silently.
Plate stack without ceremony, weight, ask honest questions. The body answers clearly with alignment, tempo unchanged, path identical. Fatigue suggests compromise, shorter range, shorter pace. I respond with patience and breath. Negotiation ends here. Sweat marks elapse time, movement grows predictable because repetition taught it again and again. Efficiency replaces force, force obeys structure. Attention tightens as energy thins, no panic, only clarity, only process.
Pressure without noise. Discipline over hype. When motivation fades, structure remains. Pressure without noise. Work compounds.
Output increases deliberately. Aggression stays internal, directed through channels. Prepared by patience, energy flows clean, no spill. Set complete, script releases, breath expands, heart recalibrates. Gravity removes excuses, steel has no bias. Errors amplify, so precision doubles, nothing escapes review. Environment stays indifferent, effort leaves no echo, only adaptation records. The exchange, time invested becomes capacity. Stopping remains available, continuing is chosen. Progress recognizes commitment, not comfort.
Pressure without noise.
Quiet effort endures, built beneath the tension. Pressure without noise, consistency wins.
legs grow dense, grip feels heavy, your breath deepens. Rivers of vibes, training prepared this moment. Long inhale, longer exhale, heart rate steadies under strain. Numbers lose importance, execution gains. Value amazing, temperature uniform, if form remains intact. Every rep evaluated, every rep on. Sweat darkens the floor, metal remains unchanged. The room absorbs effort without response. It remembers consistency, not intention. Standards unchanged despite fatigue, posture confirmed. Breathe aligned, no theatrics, only work.
Pressure without noise, what survives fatigue earns permanence. Pressure without noise, constructed to last.
Reps slow slightly, line stays true. Muscles tremble, structure holds its boundary is respected, not crossed. Weight returns to rest, hands open, calmly, heart rate there.
Intent sharpens, blood begins a circuit. Joints unlock in sequence, breath aligns with posture. Muscle fibers listen, the body wakes in layers. Nothing wasted.
Feet root into the floor, spine stacks with purpose. Grip forms clean and firm, no excess tension. Balance confirm itself before effort begins. External sound dissolves, attention folds inward. Every motion preloaded, every action deliberate. Built by repetition, driven by control. Strength is assembled, not discovered. Built by repetition, day after day, layer by layer.
Lower under command, rise with that momentum.
Tension never disconnects from start to finish.
Movement stays honest and measurable.
Inhale through stability, exhale through resistance. Heart rate climbs steadily, control remains dominant. Elbows trace intention, hips move with precision. Neck remains neutral, form becomes instinct. Instinct becomes efficiency.
A slight shift in angle, a refined path. Efficiency improves quietly, invisible to the room.
Built by repetition, no shortcuts allowed. The process never lies. Built by repetition, consistency carves outcome.
Plates add without ceremony, weight questions resolved. The body answers calmly, with structure, tempo unchanged, focus unbroken. Fatigue tests discipline, suggests compromise. I respond with patience and breath. Standards remain fixed.
Sweat records elapse time, movement grows predictable because practice installed it. Precision replaces force, force obeys alignment.
Mind narrows further, energy thins. Clarity sharpens, distraction dissolves.
Built by repetition, quiet hours accumulate. When motivation fades, habits remain. Built by repetition, unseen but permanent. Intensity increases internally, aggression stays contained. Directed through technique, prepared by patience, power moves clean. No chaos introduced, set ends. Grip releases, breath expands, heart recalibrated. Weight exposes imbalance, steel offers no sympathy. Errors amplify instantly, so precision doubles. Nothing escapes awareness.
Effort leaves no echo, but adaptation records everything. Minutes convert into capacity quietly, relentlessly. Stopping remains possible. Continuing is chosen. Progress recognizes action, not comfort.
Built by repetition, silent discipline wins. What is repeated becomes permanent. Built by repetition, structure over impulse.
Muscles grow dense and heavy, grip tightens instinctively. Breath deepens, rhythm survives, preparation proves its value.
Preparation, heart rate steadies under load. Numbers lose importance, execution gains authority. Completion matters only if form remains intact. Each rep audited, each rep on.
The room remains unchanged, metal stays indifferent. Effort absorbs into silence, but the body remembers every correct repetition. Standards remain unchanged, despite accumulated fatigue. Posture confirmed, line. No theatrics, only execution.
Built by repetition, fatigue and not a race. What consistency install. Built by repetition, designed to endure.
Rep slow but remain clean. Path stays true, muscles tremble honestly. Structure holds, limits are respected, not violated.
No countdown, no audience, only intent sharpening. Silence tightens around focus, circulation accelerates. Joints unlock in sequence, muscle temperature rises. Signals transmit cleanly, the system prepares itself. Feet align with gravity, core engages automatically. Hands close with certainty, every joint accounted for. Nothing rushed, nothing forced. External rhythm disappears, attention collapses inward. Movement exists before action, execution becomes inevitable. Pressure without noise, force without chaos. Strength engineered, not imagined. Pressure without noise. Calm under load, control defines output. Weight introduces conversation, the body responds with structure. Tempo remains intentional, tension never leaks from start to completion. Inhale, expand stability, exhale, directs power. Heart rate elevates steadily, command remains intact. Elbows track efficiency, hips drive through alignment. Spine stays uninterrupted, form holds authority. Repetition reinforces trust, a minor adjustment improves leverage. Efficiency increases quietly, no visible signal given. Pressure without noise. Consistency outlasts intensity, technique survives fatigue. Pressure without noise, built to restraint. Sets accumulate silently, muscle density thickens, sweat marks elapse time. Execution stays neutral, no emotional variance. Fatigue suggests compromise, I deny negotiation. Structure overrides sensation. Breath anchors resolve. Movement comes automatic, patterns run internally. Muscle obeys preparation, strength expresses calmly. No wasted energy, the margin narrows. Oh, when the sharpens, noise disappears completely. Only mechanics remain. Pressure without noise, what survives repetition becomes reliable. Pressure without noise. Silence builds permanence, a digital weight at it cleanly. No dramatic pause, the body recalibrates instantly. Structure absorbs demand, tempo remains unchanged. Chest expands deliberately, heart stabilizes under strain. No stoic traces, inefficiency, there is no disguise. Every error amplified, so execution sharpens. Instincts refine themselves, effort leaves no echo. But adaptation records all, minutes convert into capacity. Quietly, irreversibly, stopping remains available. Continuing is selected, discipline recognizes choice, not comfort. Pressure without noise, standards remain constant regardless of fatigue. Pressure without noise, order produces outcome. Muscles harden under demand, grip strengthens automatically. Breathing slows intentionally, rhythm survives because preparation is stolen. Long inhale, measure release. Heart rate aligns with execution, rep slow intentionally. Accuracy remains absolute, precision is irrelevant without precision. Every rep ordered internally, room remains unchanged, still remains indifferent. Effort dissolves into silence, but capacity increases undeniably. Standards unchanged despite accumulated fatigue. Posture verified, grip confirmed, no deviation allowed. Pressure without noise, fatigue cannot erase what consistency built. Pressure without noise, designed to endure. Movement slows but stays true, path remains efficient. Muscles shake honestly, structure holds limitless. Pressure without noise. Planted with purpose, spine aligned with gravity. Core tightens naturally, hands grip certainty. Nothing wasted, nothing borrowed. External noise fades out, internal command rises. Movement exists before effort, execution becomes inevitable. Built in silence, forged without applause. Strength shaped through repetition. Built in silence, calm under pressure, control above emotion. Still meets preparation, Weight introduces resistance, muscle responds with discipline. Tempo remains intentional, form governs outcome. Inhale, expand structure. Exhale, channels force. Heart rate climbs steadily. Control remains dominant. Elbows track efficiency. Hips drive alignment. Knees follow precision. Spine stay uninterrupted. Mechanics stay honest. A subtle shift improves leverage. Efficiency increases without announcement. Built in silence. No drama required. Consistency, compound strength. Built in silence. Quiet pressure. Lasting output. Reps stack methodically. Muscle density thickens, sweat records elapse. Time, emotion stays neutral, execution stay clean. Fatigue suggests compromise. I reject negotiation. Structure overrides sensation. Brick anchors resolve. Movement turns automatic. Patterns execute internally. Strength expresses calmly. No excess motion. No wasted breath. The margin narrows. Focus sharpens. Noise disappears completely. Only mechanics remain. Built in silence. What survives repetition becomes reliable. Built in silence. Order creates endurance. Additional weight applied. No hesitation shown. The body recalibrates instantly. Tempo remains unchanged. Control absorbs demand. Chest expands deliberately. Heart steadies under low. Control remains central despite rising strain. Steel exposes inefficiency. No disguise allowed. Every flaw amplified. Technique sharpens itself through correction. Effort leaves no echo, but adaptation records all minutes convert into capacity. Quietly, permanently. Stopping remains an option. Continuing is selected. Discipline recognizes choice, not comfort. Built in silence.
Standard stay constant, regardless of fatigue. Built in silence. Consistency wins, muscles harden under demand. Grip strengthens automatically. Breathing slows intentionally, rhythm survives fatigue.
Because preparation installed it. Long inhale, measured release, heart rate aligns with execution. Reps slow deliberately. Accuracy remains absolute. Completion means nothing without precision. Every rep judged internally. The room does not react. Steel remains indifferent. Effort dissolves into silence. But capacity increases, undeniably. Standards unchanged, despite accumulated strain. Posture verified, grip confirmed, no deviation permitted. Built in silence. Fatigue cannot erase what discipline constructed. Built in silence. They're designed to endure. It remains true, trouble stays efficient. Muscles tremble honestly. Structure holds limits respected precisely. Feet anchored to the floor, spine aligns with gravity, core locks in place, hands close with certainty. Every movement intentional, every angle respected. No need for noise, no need for hype. The body listens inward and answers immediately. Iron does not argue, it only responds to structure and discipline. Iron does not argue, it reveals the truth every single time. Steel meets skin, weight meets resolve. Muscle engages without panic. Tempo stays controlled, form remains untouched. Inhale builds pressure, exhale releases force. Heart rate rises steadily, but control remains dominant. Elbows track efficiency, hips drive power cleanly. Knees follow alignment, spine stays uninterrupted. Nothing wasted, nothing excessive. A slight adjustment changes everything. Efficiency improves without effort increase. Iron does not argue, no excuses survive under its pressure. Iron does not argue, only preparation speaks. Repetition
repetition stacks quietly. Sweat records elapse time. Muscle thickens through demand. Emotion remains neutral. Execution stays pure. Fatigue whispers compromise. I do not listen. Structure overrides sensation. Breathe anchors resolve. Movement becomes automatic. Patterns run clean. Mind observes calmly while the body executes without hesitation. The margin narrows, focus sharpens, noise disappears completely. Only mechanics remain. Iron does not argue. It respects consistency, not intention alone. Iron does not argue. Only work remains. Additional weight applied. No change in posture, no change in rhythm. The system adapts instantly because it was built to. Chest expands deliberately. Heart steadies under stress. Control stays central despite rising demand. Steel exposes inefficiency. There is no disguise. Every flaw amplified. Technique sharpens itself through correction. Minutes convert into density. Sessions convert into resilience. Effort leaves no echo, but adaptation remembers everything. Stopping remains available. Continuing is chosen. Discipline recognizes choice, not comfort. Iron does not argue. They cannot rewrite or repetition established. Iron does not argue. Standards remain. Grip tightens naturally. Breathing slows deliberately. Muscle burns honestly, but structure holds because it was trained. Too long inhale, measure release. Heart rate aligns with execution. Reps slow intentionally, accuracy remains. Absolute completion means nothing without precision. Every rep judged internally. The room stays silent, still stays indifferent. Effort dissolves into nothing but capacity increases undeniably. Posture verified, grip confirmed, breathe the line. No deviation permitted. Iron does not argue. It accepts no stories, only results. Iron does not argue. It recurs everything. Movement slows but stays clean. Path remains efficient. Muscles tremble honestly. Structure holds limits respected precisely. Weight returns to rest. Hands open slowly. Breathing normalizes. No celebration quiet. No slogans on the wall, no echo of a crowd. Only the low hum of lights and matter waiting to be handled. This place does not ask who I am. It asks what I can repeat correctly. Shoelaces tight, wrists aligned, jaw loose, eyes steady. I do not inflate emotion, I compress intention. The first movement unlocks circuits, nerves light up in sequence. Muscle remembers alignment, the body accepts instruction. Without resistance, without drama. Peripheral sound fades, the room reduces to distance. Script to bar, feet to floor, breath to rhythm. Everything unnecessary dissolves.
Iron in the quiet, pressure without noise. I build capacity where no one looks. Iron in the quiet, no rush for results. Only standards held without exception, yeah.
The early work is invisible, but it defines the outcome. Angles check, tempo controlled, every repetition placed carefully. Light, weight bearing stone, under a future load. Inhale measured, exhale steady, heart rate rise, attention stay flat. Speed, temp, shortcuts, I deny them. Control dictates tempo, I move deliberately. So force travels clean from ground to frame. If attention slips, I pause. If form degrades, I reset. Progress counts only when structure remains intact.
Iron in the quiet, no witnesses needed. The work records itself in tissue intolerance. Iron in the quiet, no shortcuts stored. Only repeatable execution.
Set stack without ceremony, fatigue introduces suggestion. I ignore persuasion and respond with mechanics. One repetition, executed identically again. Yeah.
Grip pressure, balance, foot contact, even core engaged. Breath synchronized, the system holds as demand escalates. The weight communicates clearly through vibration and resistance. I listen through sensation, adjust leverage, shorten unnecessary motion. Continue forward. This is where ego whispers, I silence it. This is where escape appears, I refuse it. Completion requires presence, not performance. Iron in the quiet, pressure teaches order. Order removes hesitation, hesitation wastes energy. Iron in the quiet, I remain calm as the margin narrows.
Beyond discomfort, movement simplifies, thought releases, execution remains. This is not aggression, this is efficiency running without friction. Stable, align, repeat.
Additional plates introduce standards unchanged. The heavier it gets, the quieter I become. Precision sharpens as tolerance expands. Steel does not remember yesterday. It does not anticipate tomorrow. It responds only to force applied now. Emotion adds nothing. Structure decides outcome. No mirror dialogue, no comparison metrics. Only task execution against resistance. In real time. Iron in the quiet, failure becomes instruction. Success becomes confirmation, neither alters pace. Iron in the quiet, I remain methodical under all conditions. Grip tests honesty, rep test patience, posture test discipline. This is the edge where habits reveal themselves without disguise.
Yeah, break the load, step back, recover, breathe, and return immediately without ceremony. Wow. Every misrep is data, not drama. Angles reviewed internally, timing adjusted, nothing emotional. Everything practical.
Yeah, the space strips, success, only necessity remains. Sweat documents truth, silence enforces honest. Nothing false survives here. If it wobbles, stabilize. If it burns, breathe deeper. If it slows, maintain path. If it's hit,
Iron in the quiet,